This is actually from The Athletic around Onana before I start talking about him wanting out. So this is what Laurie Whitwell has had to say. And now remember what we said. I'm going to say this before I read this. Remember what we were told in the March international break. We said in the March international break from very good source at the club that Ruben Amorim and Jason Wilcox had decided they wanted to move Onana on. Nice guy, well liked in the squad, but not Amorim's guy, not confidence in him from the squad, and Amorim wanted his own keeper. That was in the March international break. Now, we've stuck by that story all summer, despite the fact that as much as 3 weeks ago, there were some people pushing that, you know, I'd have never wanted a goalkeeper, despite offering Onana up to Monaco, despite asking for a loan with Emi Martinez, and despite being in advanced talks with Lammens, and despite starting Bienda in the opening 2 games. So that was the backstory from March. This is what Laurie Whitwell has said. This goalkeeping move for Lammens represents a change, a development for United, as they were saying they wouldn't spend significant money on a goalkeeper unless Onana was sold. That has not happened, and I don't think he will be sold. I think he's going to stay at United beyond this transfer window. More of that in a moment. United have still decided to go for a goalkeeper because Amorim, this is the important point, Manchester United have decided to go for a goalkeeper because Amorim and all the hierarchy, all the way up to Sir Jim Ratcliffe, have decided they need to address this situation. They decided to go for a goalkeeper that they've been tracking for a while to see if adding him into the mix can raise the level of Onana or if Lammens will be the number 1. So we had it in March that it was Amorim and Wilcox that wanted Onana out. This adds more substance to that and says it actually goes higher. It goes right the way through. It's a universal decision that it goes all the way up to Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So, look, I mean, I don't know many people that didn't believe that that was the case, that Amorim wanted to change the goalkeeper. And for me, I see this as a positive. I also think that with regards to what Laurie Whitwell's saying about Onana not leaving this summer transfer window, what we can tell you is that there's a couple of people, I think that Indicator News was talking about Betis. There's some rumours around Inter. What we're getting out of United this morning is that Onana has, you know, woken up and smelt the coffee, basically. He thought he could hold his place and United wouldn't get a goalkeeper in. He thought even if they brought Lammens in, he would still be number 1 with an understudy. What's actually happened is he's lost his place to Bienda, and now another goalkeeper's coming in. So he could technically be classed as third choice keeper. Now, he might play in the game tomorrow because it's a Coca-Cola Carabao Cup game, not Coca-Cola Cup, and he would be classed as the backup keeper, but he might stick with Bienda again. So Onana is effectively in the same position as an Anthony, a Sancho, a Garnacho, a Rashford. He has been, Erasmus, he has been frozen out, and effectively he is now talking about, well, what are his options, which I think is a little bit too late. And I think, to be fair, Laurie Whitwell might end up being quite right. There might not be an option for Onana to get out of Manchester United in 7 days. I don't know whether a loan might be possible, but he's certainly now, it's amazing, isn't it? You know, you don't pick a goalkeeper, you buy a goalkeeper, and suddenly the goalkeeper that doesn't want to go anywhere is now going, actually, you know, I actually might want to go somewhere. Can you get in contact with Saudi? And I mean, it's difficult because really, you know, could United have communicated it better? Did Onana call the club's bluff? Was the conversation put to Onana that you're going to get dropped for the start of the season? I don't know. I don't have that detail. All I know is that Onana is now looking for a move that United might not actually give him. They might actually say, well, look, we've got Bienda, we've got Lammens, and, you know, we would like to keep 3 goalkeepers. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but Onana certainly has got the message, probably a little bit too late. And if he'd left in June, we probably would have got a better goalkeeper. But, you know, I think it's good from the club. I think it's good from Amorim. I really do. I think you've, you know, yet again, it's an example of using our power when we have it to be a football club and go, look, you know what? You're not just sitting in goal because you think you're in the powerful position. I'm going to pick somebody else. I'm going to buy somebody else. So for me, that is a big positive. Let us know your thoughts on that. But Onana now starting to look for a move. I don't know what can get done in the final week of the window.